Hello and welcome to the Your Learning English podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Mia. We're so happy you're here today.
So, Mia, something funny happened to me yesterday. I went to a restaurant for lunch, right?
Oh, yeah? Tell me, what happened?
So I walked in and the waiter came over and said, "Good afternoon, sir. Do you have a reservation?" And I said, "Yes, I have a reservation for 2 people." Very confident, right?
Right, that sounds good so far.
And this is the funny part, the waiter looked at me and said, "Sir, your reservation is for tomorrow." I had the wrong day. I was 1 day early.
Oh no, that's so funny. What did you do?
I just smiled and said, "Can I have a table for one, please?" And they said yes. So it worked out brilliantly in the end. But it made me think, so many people feel nervous in restaurants, especially in English.
Yes, totally. And that's exactly why we're here today. Today's episode is all about ordering food at a restaurant in English.
We're going to teach you what to say when you walk in, what to say when you look at the menu, how to order your food and drinks, and how to ask for things in a polite way.
And we're going to practice together. So by the end of this episode, you will feel ready. You will feel confident. Let's go.
Brilliant? Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. You arrive at the restaurant. You walk in through the door. What do you do first?
Right. So usually someone at the front, a waiter or a host, will speak to you first. They might say, "Good evening, welcome. Do you have a reservation?"
Exactly. A reservation. That means you called the restaurant before. You booked a table. So if you have one, you say, "Hi, I have a reservation." Simple, easy, and you can add your name. "Hi, I have a reservation. My name is Alex."
Mm-hmm. But wait, what if you don't have a reservation? What if you just walked in?
Great question. Then you say, "Hi, I'd like a table for 2, please." Or, "I'd like a table for 1, please." The number changes, 1, 2, 3, 4. But the phrase is the same. "I'd like a table for," and "I'd like." Remember that. We're going to use it a lot today.
Right. I'd like, that's short for I would like. It's a very polite and friendly phrase. You'll use it again and again in a restaurant.
Exactly. So the waiter shows you to your table. You sit down, then they give you the menu. The menu is the list of food and drinks, and you look at it. Maybe you see pasta, chicken, salad, soup, rice, but sometimes you have no idea what to order.
Oh, yes, I've been there. Too many choices. So what do you do, Alex?
You ask. You say to the waiter, "What do you recommend?" That means, "What is good here? What do you think I should eat?" It's a brilliant phrase. Most waiters love that question. They're happy to help.
Yes, and the waiter might say, "The pasta is very good today," or "I recommend the chicken soup." Then you have some ideas. You know what to try.
Right. So now you know what you want. The waiter comes back and asks, "Are you ready to order?" And you say yes. First, they usually ask about drinks. So let's talk about that.
Okay, so how do you order a drink?
Easy. You use our favorite phrase again. "I'd like a glass of water, please." Or, "I'd like a juice, please." Or, "I'd like a coffee, please." Just say "I'd like" and then the drink. Don't forget "please" at the end. It sounds so much nicer.
Mm-hmm. I'd like a glass of water, please. That's a really useful one. Water is always a safe choice, right?
Always. Okay, so now the drinks are coming. And then the waiter asks about food. This is the big moment. You're going to order your meal. And for this, we use a slightly different phrase. Instead of "I'd like," we often say "I'll have."
Oh, interesting. So, I'll have. What does that sound like?
You say, "I'll have the chicken and rice, please," or "I'll have the pasta, please," or "I'll have the soup, please." It sounds natural. It sounds confident. Native speakers say this all the time.
Yes, totally. I'll have the pasta, please. It sounds so natural and easy. And I love that you can use it for any food. Chicken, rice, salad, soup. Just swap the food word.
Exactly. Now, here's one more thing. Sometimes you have a special request. Maybe you don't want something in your food. Maybe you have an allergy. That means a food that makes you sick. Or maybe you just don't fancy something. Fancy means you don't want it, you don't like it.
Right. So, how do you make a special request?
You say, "Can I have no salt, please?" Or, "Can I have no onions, please?" The phrase is, "Can I have no sauvage?" And then the thing you don't want. Simple, clear, polite.
Oh, that's a great one. I actually had a moment once. I ordered a salad and I forgot to say no onions. And it came with so many onions. I mean, it was like an onion salad with a little bit of lettuce.
Ha! That's brilliant. So the lesson there is, always say your special requests clearly. The waiter wants to help you. Don't be shy. Just say, "Can I have no onions, please?"
Exactly. Okay, so let's do a quick recap before we practice. We learned 5 key phrases so far. Number 1, I'd like a table for 2, please. Number 2, what do you recommend? Number 3, I'd like a glass of water, please. Number 4, I'll have the chicken and rice, please. Number 5, can I have no salt, please? Those are your restaurant phrases.
5 brilliant phrases. And now, this is my favorite part. We're going to practice. This is where you get to speak. So get ready. We're going to do 2 scenarios, 2 little role plays, and you're going to be the customer.
Yes, and don't worry if you make a mistake. It's okay. We're here to practice. Mistakes are how we learn, so just try. Speak out loud if you can. Ready?
Okay, so scenario 1. You are walking into a restaurant. You don't have a reservation. You want a table for 2 people. Mia is going to be the waiter. Listen to what she says, then I'll ask you to speak.
Good evening. Welcome. Do you have a reservation?
Okay, your turn. You don't have a reservation. You want a table for 2 people. What do you say to the waiter? Speak now.
Hi, I don't have a reservation. I'd like a table for 2, please.
Brilliant. Did you say something similar? I hope so. Even if you said just, "I'd like a table for 2, that's perfect. That is enough. The waiter will understand you.
Okay, so now I'm the waiter again. Let's continue the scene. I'll show you what the waiter says next. Of course. Right this way. Here is your table. Can I bring you the menu?
And you say, "Yes, please, thank you." Easy. So you sit down. The waiter brings the menu. You look at it. You're ready to order. That was scenario 1. You did it. Well done.
You really did great. Okay, now let's do scenario 2. This one is about ordering your food and drinks. This is the main part, the moment you say what you want to eat.
Right. So you are sitting at the table. You have the menu. You've decided what you want. You want pasta and a glass of water. Mia is the waiter. Listen carefully.
Hi there. Are you ready to order? What would you like?
Your turn. Order your pasta and your glass of water. Use the phrases we learned. Speak now.
I'll have the pasta, please, and I'd like a glass of water, please. Did you say something like that? I bet you did.
That was absolutely brilliant. You used 2 key phrases right there. I'll have the pasta for the food. I'd like a glass of water for the drink. Perfect. Textbook. I'm honestly so proud of you right now.
Now, let's add one more step to this scenario, a special request. Maybe you don't want onions in your pasta. Let's practice that too. I'm still the waiter. Of course. And would you like anything else? Any special requests?
Okay, you want to say, "No onions, please." You remember the phrase? Try it. Speak to the waiter.
Yes. Can I have no onions, please? That's it. The waiter will say, of course, and make a note. Easy and polite.
You are doing so well. Seriously, Two full scenarios. You greeted the waiter, you got a table, you ordered food and drinks, you made a special request. That is a complete restaurant experience in English. You should feel brilliant right now.
Yes, give yourself a little moment to feel proud because you worked hard and you practiced. That is so important. And you know what? It gets easier every time you do it.
Absolutely. Okay, so now we're going to move into what I call the advanced tips section. Don't worry, it's still simple. We're keeping things at A2 level, but these tips will make you sound even more natural and polite.
Yes, so the first tip is about being polite. And Alex, I want to ask you something about this because in English, there's a big difference between saying I want and I'd like, right?
Yes, big difference. So, I want. It's not wrong, but it sounds quite direct, quite strong, like a demam one. I want soup. It's okay, but it's not very warm.
Mm-hmm. So why is I'd like better? What's the difference?
It's more polite, it's softer, it's nicer. Think of it like this. I want is the plain food. I'd like is the food with a little bit of sugar on top. It just tastes better. The meaning is the same, but the feeling is different.
Ha! I love that. A little sugar. That's a great way to think about it. So always use I'd like in a restaurant. It will make a good impression.
Exactly. Now let's talk about asking questions about the food. Sometimes you're not sure what's in a dish. Maybe you're allergic to fish. An allergy means a food that makes your body sick. So you need to ask. And the phrase is there fish in this dish?
Oh, that's such a useful phrase. Is there fish in this dish? And the waiter will say yes or no. Then you know if it's safe for you to eat.
Right? And you can use the same pattern for anything. Is there meat in this soup? Is there milk in this dessert? Just change the food word. Always good to ask if you're not sure.
And if you want to change something in the dish, you can also say, can you make it without onions? Without means the food is not there, not included. Can you make it without onions? That's a very polite way to ask.
Lovely phrase. Can you make it without onions? Most restaurants are happy to help with that. Just ask nicely and use please.
Okay, and what about at the end of the meal, when you want to pay? How do you ask for the bill?
Ah, good one. So in British English, and I'm British, so I say this, you say, can I have the bill, please? The bill. That's the piece of paper with the total price on it.
And in American English, we usually say check instead of bill. So you'd say, check please, or can we get the check please? Same idea, you want to pay and go home.
Both are correct. It just depends on the country. In the UK, say bill. In the US, say check. Either way, the waiter will understand you perfectly. Don't worry about it.
Now, I want to teach you one more expression, and this one is a phrasal verb, a two-word phrase that has a special meaning. The expression is put in an order.
Right. Put in an order. It means to tell the waiter what you want. You are giving your order to the restaurant. So a waiter might come to your table and say, are you ready to put in your order? That means, are you ready to tell me what you want to eat?
Exactly. Or you might say to your friend at the table, let's put in our order. That means, let's tell the waiter what we want. It's a very natural, everyday expression.
Very natural. You'll hear it a lot. So now you know it. Put in an order. Brilliant. I love that expression. It feels very professional, very confident.
And confidence is everything. Even if your English is not perfect, and honestly, it doesn't have to be perfect, using these phrases shows you are trying, and people appreciate that. They will help you.
100%. You know, I've been to restaurants all over the world, and I've seen people who don't speak the language perfectly. But they smile, they're polite, they use simple phrases, chinny, and everyone helps them. Politeness goes a very long way.
Yes, so remember, you don't need to be perfect. You need to be clear and polite. And now you have the phrases to do both.
Great. So now you have your key phrases and your confidence. But let's go a little deeper. I want to talk about the structure of a meal because this will really help you understand what's happening at the restaurant. In English, a full meal usually has three parts. First, there's the starter. A starter is a small dish you eat before the main meal, things like soup, salad, or bread rolls. Then there's the main course. This is the biggest part of your meal. Your pasta, your chicken, your steak, your fish, and finally there's the dessert, something sweet at the end. Ice cream, chocolate cake, fruit. So, starter, main course, dessert. Three parts, simple and easy to remember.
Right. And knowing these three words will really help you when you look at the menu. Most restaurant menus are divided into exactly these sections. You'll see a heading that says starters, then main courses, then desserts. So you just look at the section for the course you want. And if the waiter asks, "Are you having a starter today?" you know what they mean. You can say, "Yes, I'll have the soup, please," or "No, thank you, just the main course." Short, clear, and confident.
And let's also talk about something else you might see on a menu, sides. A side dish, or just a side, is an extra dish that goes alongside your main course. Things like chips or fries, a side salad, or vegetables. The waiter might ask, "Would you like a side with that?" And you can say, "Yes, please, I'll have the chips," or "No, thank you, that's fine." So don't be confused if you hear the word side. It just means a small extra dish to go with your meal.
Now, I want to talk about something that can feel a little stressful. What do you do when something goes wrong? Because sometimes things don't go perfectly in a restaurant. Maybe the waiter brings you the wrong food. Maybe you asked for no onions, but your dish arrives with onions anyway. Maybe you're waiting a very long time for your meal. These things happen, and it's okay. The important thing is knowing what to say when they do.
Exactly. So if the waiter brings you the wrong dish, stay calm and polite and say, "Excuse me, I think there might be a mistake. I ordered the chicken, not the fish." Or even more simply, "Excuse me, I ordered the chicken." That's all you need. The waiter will apologize and fix it for you. Restaurants want you to be happy. They will always try to help. So please don't feel embarrassed about speaking up. Just do it politely and everything will be fine.
And if you're waiting a long time for your food, you can say, "Excuse me, could you check on my order, please?" That's a wonderfully polite way to ask. And if you need something extra at the table, more water, a napkin, some ketchup, you catch the waiter's eye and say, "Excuse me, could I have some more water, please?" Or, "Could I have another napkin, please?" Notice we're using could here. Could is even more polite than can, so it's a great word to reach for in a restaurant.
Here's something I want to mention that's very useful, especially if you're visiting an English-speaking country, and that is tipping. A tip is extra money you leave for your waiter to say, "Thank you, the service was great." In the United States, tipping is very common and expected. A typical tip is around 15 to 20% of the total bill. In the United Kingdom, it's usually around 10%, and it's more optional. In Australia and New Zealand, tipping is less common but still appreciated. It's worth knowing this before you visit, so you're not caught off guard.
That is so useful to know. And here's another cultural thing. In many English-speaking restaurants, the waiter will come and check on you during your meal. They might say, "Is everything okay?" Or, "How is your food?" This is perfectly normal. They just want to make sure you're happy. And you can respond simply with, "It's delicious, thank you," or "Everything is great, thank you." It's a warm, friendly exchange. And if something isn't right, that's also the perfect moment to mention it. Politely, of course.
Okay, I think you are ready for one more practice scenario. Scenario 3, the final one. And this one is about the end of the meal. You've finished your main course. It was wonderful. The waiter comes back to check on you. You want to order dessert? Let's say the chocolate cake. And then after that, you want to ask for the bill. Mia, you're the waiter one more time.
How was your meal today? Can I get you anything else? We have a lovely chocolate cake, a creme brulee, and an ice cream sundae. Would you like to see the dessert menu?
Okay, your turn. You want to order the chocolate cake. Use the phrases you've learned. Speak now.
Yes, please. I'll have the chocolate cake. And once you've finished your dessert and you're ready to leave, you simply say, "Excuse me, can I have the bill, please?" Or in American English, "Check, please." Two easy lines. Dessert ordered, bill requested. You've just completed a full 3-course restaurant experience entirely in English, from walking through the door to paying at the end. That is honestly amazing. You should feel so proud.
And here's one more very practical phrase for when the bill arrives. Sometimes the waiter will ask, "Are you paying together or separately?" Together means one bill for the whole table. Everyone shares the cost. Separately means each person pays for their own food. So you can say, "Together, please," or "Separately, please." Very short, very clear. This comes up a lot, especially when you're out with a group of friends or with work colleagues. So memorize those 2 words, together, separately.
And here's a lovely finishing touch. When you leave the restaurant, take a moment to thank your waiter. You can say, "Thank you very much. Everything was delicious." Or simply, "Thank you. It was wonderful." In English-speaking cultures, expressing gratitude goes a very long way. It shows you appreciated the service. The waiter will likely say back, "You're welcome," or "It was my pleasure." And those are also great expressions for you to know and recognize.
Exactly right. And you know what's brilliant about everything we've covered today? All of these phrases, from "I'd like a table for 2" to "Thank you, it was wonderful," they are phrases you can use for life. They don't go out of date. Whether you're in London or New York, Sydney or Toronto, Dublin or Cape Town, these phrases work in every English-speaking restaurant around the world. So the time you spend learning them today is genuinely an investment in your future confidence. Before we get to the wrap-up, I want to bring in a very special guest. Beth is our vocabulary specialist, and she joins us at the end of each episode to go through the keywords you've heard today. It's a great way to lock everything in before you go. Beth, over to you.
Yes, we love this part of the show. Beth is brilliant. Take it away.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Mia. Hello, everyone. I'm Beth. My job is to help you understand and remember the most important vocabulary from today's episode. We will go through 6 key words together. I will give you the word, what it means, and 1 or 2 examples. Take your time with each one. Let's begin. Let's look at the word reservation. A reservation means a booking you make at a restaurant before you arrive. You call or go online and you choose a table, a date, and a time in advance. For example, I made a reservation for 2 people at 7 o'clock. You can also say, "I'd like to make a reservation for tomorrow evening." And when you arrive, you simply say, "Hi, I have a reservation. My name is," and give your name. It is a very useful word and a very useful habit. Let's look at the word recommend. To recommend means to suggest something good to someone. You tell them what you think is the best choice. For example, the waiter recommended the pasta, and it was delicious. You can also ask the waiter, "What do you recommend?" This is a wonderful question to use when you are not sure what to order. It is friendly, it is natural, and most waiters are very happy to answer it. Try to remember this one. It will serve you well. Let's look at the word order used as a verb.
To order means to tell the waiter what food or drink you want. For example, I ordered the chicken and rice, and it was very good. The waiter will often ask you, "Are you ready to order?" That is your signal to tell them what you would like. You can also use the phrase, put in an order, which means the same thing. For example, let's put in our order means let's tell the waiter what we want now. Both are correct and natural. Let's look at the words bill and check. These two words mean exactly the same thing, the piece of paper that shows how much you must pay at the end of your meal. In British English, we say the bill. In American English, people say the check. For example, can I have the bill, please? That is British English. Or simply, check, please. That is American English. Both are perfectly correct. The waiter will understand you in either case. Do not worry about which one to use. Just choose the one you feel comfortable with. Let's look at the phrase special request. A special request is something extra or different that you ask for, something that changes your order slightly from what is on the menu. For example, I have a special request. Can I have no onions in my pasta, please? The waiter may also ask you, do you have any special requests? That is your opportunity to mention anything you need. Common special requests include asking for no salt, no sauce, a dish without meat, or something served separately. Always be polite when making a special request, and most restaurants will be very happy to help you. And our final word, let's look at the word starter. A starter is a small dish that you eat before your main course. It is the first part of your meal. For example, I'll have the soup as a starter, please. Common starters in restaurants include soup, salad, bread, or a small dish of fish or vegetables. In American English, you may also hear the word appetizer. That means exactly the same thing as starter. If the menu says starters at the top of a section, that is where you look for your first course. A small but very useful word to know. Those are your 6 key words from today: reservation, recommend, order, bill or check, special request, and starter. I encourage you to say each word out loud right now. Saying a word out loud, even once, helps your brain remember it much better than simply reading or listening. You have done excellent work today. Well done. Back to Alex and Mia.
Thank you so much, Beth. That was so clear and helpful. I love having you here.
Okay, so let's wrap things up. Let me summarize everything we learned today. Step 1. You arrive at the restaurant. You say, "Hi, I'd like a table for 2, please." Step 2. You look at the menu. You can ask the waiter, "What do you recommend?" Step 3. You order your drinks. You say, "I'd like a glass of water, please."
Step 4. You order your food. You say, I'll have the chicken and rice, please. Step 5. If you have a special request, you say, can I have no salt, please? Or, can you make it without onions? And at the end, you say, can I have the bill, please? Or, in American English, check, please.
That's the whole thing. From the door to the bill. You can do it. You have everything you need right now.
And I mean that. Next time you go to a restaurant in an English-speaking country or even an English-speaking restaurant near you, try these phrases. Just try them. It might feel a little scary. That's okay. Do it anyway.
And here is my challenge for you this week. Try using 3 phrases from today at a real restaurant. Say them out loud as you order. You will be surprised how natural it feels.
Here's your challenge for this week. Go to a restaurant, or imagine you are at one, and use just 3 phrases from today. Just 3. I'd like a table, please. I'll have the pasta, please. Can I have the bill, please? That's it. 3 phrases. You can do that.
I love that challenge. 3 phrases, simple, clear,
doable. And if you want more episodes like this one, we have a new episode every single week on the English Learners Podcast. So make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss a lesson.
Subscribe. We work hard on these episodes and we love making them for you. We'll be back next week with another topic to help your English grow. Until then, go order some food, eat something delicious, and speak English while you do it.
Ha, yes! Great advice. Take care, everyone. You've got this.
See you next time.